the Reality Receipts podcast, starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. If we look a little bleary-eyed, we're doing this late at night. We're usually we're usually daytime recorders, but we've had a busy few days and maybe an exciting interview coming. So, yeah, we're a little sleepy today. Also, I spent the whole day with a bunch of kindergartners on a field trip, so.
Okay, yes, that's
But
fun.
yes, this show though is so exciting that it could wake anybody up because
Mhm.
I love the show. Like the more I think about it, I'm like having this host that's like a therapist too is such a cool element. Like, are you
Yeah.
loving it too?
I'm loving it too. It's really
Hmm.
good. Obviously, we're talking about Cheat. We did episodes 1 through 5 recap. Now we're doing the remainder episodes, and stay tuned to the end of this interview because we have a very special guest coming up.
Yes, we
But
do.
but yeah, I mean, it was very entertaining. I hope it gets another season. I think that we got a little bit of everything. We got like the couples that were still in love and really wanted to make this process work. I think
Yeah.
we got a little bit of like there was just no entire hope, and then there were a few couples that I'm almost positive I'm like, what were you here for? What did you come for?
A
um
vacation.
yeah, like a
Pretty
vacation or some
much.
airtime.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even sign up? Or how, very curious to know how they even got on the show. But it was just, it was good. It was really, really, really good. And I do really
Yeah.
like Paul. I think he did like a
Yeah.
really good job. So,
Yeah, I feel like it adds because usually these shows are just like complete mess and drama and people crying, and then you feel kind of bad. Like these are their real lives, where he like was really giving them great advice and like really opening their eyes, I think, to some things that they needed to hear. So
yeah.
I thought that
Yeah.
was cool. It was like
Yeah.
helpful for them, not just
It
like
was.
entertainment. Yeah,
And he wasn't like sugarcoating stuff, which I liked. Like, he was telling them how it is, and he was keeping it real. So I like that element of
yeah.
it. Like, he wasn't kissing ass. So
No. So like going like episode 6 started with the friends and the family coming
mm,
in. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, what did you think about some of the friends had some opinions. So
Yeah.
a lot of opinions.
Yeah, a lot of opinions. A lot of
Yeah.
opinions because we seen a little bit of that in episode 5, or no, or it was a continuation, or were they all in episode 6? Who
Uh,
knows?
yeah, I'm like I
You
can't
watched
remember.
something yesterday, and it's like
Yeah.
it seems like
It's
a
gone now.
year ago. It's gone now. But I thought the one thing that stuck out to me with the family and friends was Connor. Like, the fact that your friend said one thing and it just completely changed your mind. I don't think Connor likes her. I think he like actually is so over her, and like we said in the last episode, like just kind of using her for sex, and like you could tell she's really into him and he
Yeah.
is just not there. But like the fact that your friend could say one thing and it's like, oh, I don't know anymore because my friend said something. I'm like, bruh, like,
Mm.
grow a pair, okay? Like, grow a pair. You don't
Yeah.
like this girl. It's so obvious you do not like her.
Hmm.
I don't think he ever had any intention on fixing the relationship or even wanting to fix the relationship. So he's definitely one
No.
of the ones that I'm like, what are you here for?
Yeah, he was
So,
just waiting for like a good excuse, like just like a Love Is Blind's Dave with his sister. It was like he was just waiting for someone else to maybe like give him a little pause to be like, oh yeah, you're right, I shouldn't do this. And
yeah. But what I
if
don't get is like, y'all have been broken up for 5 years.
yeah,
So what are we here for? Like,
I mean, I feel like Lucia's entire journey on the show is just very embarrassing. Every time I kept being like, get, like, leave. What? Like, even Paul said to her at the last, what do they call it? The
reckoning.
reckoning. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
He said, like, I thought you were going to leave last time. Like, I can't believe you're still here. Like, that's shocking to
Yeah,
me.
and then she like,
So,
I think the most embarrassing part to me is like she looks at him. She's like, this is your last time, and I mean it. Like, and it's like he
I
doesn't
know.
even want the last time. Like, he
No.
doesn't even give a rat's ass. Okay, like he's just like,
No.
okay, like I don't care about this last shot that you think you're giving me. Like, I don't even want it. Like,
No. I know. She's a beautiful girl, and she just her clinginess and like lack of self-respect is super unattractive, I
I
think. And
know.
he, because I think he wants to be into her, but the way that she's acting is like a turn off a little bit. So, but yeah, it definitely seemed like they're just not on the same page at
They're
all.
not on the
Like,
same page. And it's like, it's so obvious because even in the final reckoning, like the final one, like at the end, like she's still like so emotional looking at him, talking to him.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like she's still very emotional and like how embarrassing. Like I don't know why he didn't just leave the first one. Like why wait until we go into these deal breakers for you to then be like, "Oh, let me go first," so that basically not so she not embarrass her ass to say some stuff that I'm not going to do anyway or that I don't want to do. And
Yeah,
then be like and then be like, oh, I just don't think it's gonna work. Like, like, I'm just gonna break up.
yeah,
And that's what I don't understand. Like, because we see that happen with Dan too. Like, so what the hell did we come here for?
yeah,
Like, like, you want to get me back, but then we're in this retreat and then you dump me? Like, what
yeah,
the
yeah.
hell?
It's not adding up with some of these people. It's like, what are you even doing here? Like, again, we were wondering last time, like, how did they find their way onto this show? Which we did watch the reunion on We Need to Talk, which did answer some of those questions. I think they like answered an ad or something. So
Yeah, some of them answered an ad. And yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I think with the family specifically, what stuck out to me was that with Connor, because again, I think he was just waiting for his moment and he was being an asshole. So I really like that Paul called him out on that. And
yeah,
at the final reckoning, and when he was like, don't be this guy. That's not who you are, because he just started being an asshole to Lucia for no reason.
yeah,
And also Liam and how he acted towards Olivia's best friend.
yeah. I
Like,
think it was Camille was her name, or
yeah, like
Celine. Celine, it was something like that.
something with a C.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell? Like, you're showing your ass right now, and I'm sorry. I mean, obviously, we find out later down the line that Olivia and her are no longer friends anymore,
yeah.
and I wouldn't be friend like if the way that she sat there and didn't defend her friend at all, and you just let your man talk to her crazy. That would have
Hmm.
been the end of our friendship, because I'm here sticking up for your dumbass for being with
Yeah,
this idiot with these freaking panties around his head for 10 years. And
that's crazy.
then he's getting at me and you just gonna let him talk to me crazy? Like, okay, yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah,
So
you could see her looking at Olivia like for help, like what's happening here? Like why is he? Because he's there like asking for forgiveness, like take me back, and you think he would just say to her friend like, I totally understand where you're coming from, and you should be weary of me, and that's fine. Like you should have all the questions. Like the fact that he was so defensive and got like even started picking at her love life. Like
yeah,
he did
you're not
prove.
the one to get advice, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? I'm like, bitch, F you
Oh
and those
man.
goggles that you keep wearing at the top of your head. But I'm like, why did he get at her like that? Like, like, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Liam like really showed his true colors to me. Like I just thought that was so rude.
Yeah.
And I think he let his mask slip, so we got a glimpse of the real Liam there. So
Yeah, and on that We Need to Talk reunion, they did have Olivia, like the whole reunion was basically Jazz and Rebecca and all of that, but they did have Liam and Olivia at the very end for like 10 minutes. And yeah, the friend is still not talking to them. And she sent in like a little video saying, like, I don't know, she was just still like coming at him. And he was like, oh, she's making it the whatever her name is, Camille show. And she's
Celine,
trying,
the Celine slash
Celine,
Camille
Camille,
slash Celeste slash
whatever,
whatever.
Celeste, it could be Celeste.
I don't remember actually.
He was pretty much alluding to her like wanting camera time, which is wild, I think. I mean, even if that's what she wanted, like she still has a right to be not feeling Liam. So
Yeah, like
he
you
has to just
cheated
eat
on
it.
her. Like I just hate men. Like not that I hate men, but I do hate men. But like the fact that like you can't be understanding why this girl's best friend, like she's the one who found out you were cheating 3 years ago. There was
Yeah.
already a cheating rumor from you 10 years ago. And I think more so than the cheating, it's just like you're wasting her friend's time. Like
Yeah.
10 years and she's not meeting your family, she's not being around your friends, she's not you guys aren't spending holidays together, you guys aren't engaged, you guys don't live together. Like in the scene when
Yeah.
he was like, we're gonna take a picture and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram, like as if that was like such a big deal. Like that was like such a big deal to him. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
post you on
For
my
after 10 years.
Insta story. I mean, we can talk about Lucia all we
It's
want and say it's embarrassing, but that's embarrassing. That's
very,
embarrassing.
yeah. I know. And even on the reunion, they talked about like did they spend Christmas together? Because that was like a big thing. And he was like, we spent Christmas Eve together, but we couldn't make Christmas work. I don't know what happened, but that's better than nothing, I guess. But still not quite getting there. So,
She's getting crumbs, just like Paul said. Like, she's getting crumbs. Like, how
yeah.
are you with somebody for 10 years and you guys aren't spending holidays together? And you're not.
Right.
And then, like, the last episode where she kind of explained that, when she explained that she's kind of isolated from her friends and family, like
Hmm.
this. And I'm sorry, Olivia is so pretty. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like throughout the episode, I was like when when you could see her facial features, I'm like, oh wow, like she's actually a really beautiful girl. What the
Yeah.
hell is she doing with Liam? Like, ew, ew, girl,
Uh-huh.
because they're still together, right?
Yeah, according like this, I'm not sure when this We Need to Talk reunion was filmed, but they did mention the show was out and airing. So like
It's
within the last
recent.
couple of weeks,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. So I'm like, how like I would think now that it's airing, there must be people coming forward or she must be hearing things. We're still waiting for you guys to DM us with the tea because
Because
maybe
I think he tried to be slick and like at that last reckoning, like, oh well, yeah, of course I like did stuff when we weren't together,
yeah,
or like do
we
so.
were
I
on a
think that's
break.
that's gonna be his how he slithers through any bullshit that might come out. It's like, oh, remember that time we broke up for 4 hours? Yeah, I went and
Yeah.
slept with a girl, like, and then we got back together after. Remember, I didn't cheat. Like, oh
Yeah.
gosh.
I know. It's just something about like when these guys clearly don't really want these girls. Like they do, but they don't, and it's making these girls crazy over them, which is
I
so
just I
yeah.
just
It's
don't understand cheating. Like, I don't understand why you just don't leave
yeah,
instead of cheat. Like, if you don't like me, if you don't, and I guess you don't necessarily not like your partner if you cheat, but like, if you want to cheat,
hmm
just leave. Like,
yeah,
just go be single and like live your best life. But I guess you want to reap the feminine benefits that you get
yeah.
from having a girlfriend, and
I
then
think yeah, I think it's the having their cake and eating it too, and it's the fact that these girls are so obsessed with them that they know they can get away with doing this. Like Liam must know for after 10 years, if he's still cheating on this girl, he doesn't really want to be with her, but he doesn't want to lose her either. So he's kind of like half-assing it, you know?
they say a man will never leave his dummy. That's a saying.
I like it.
Like, a man will never leave his dummy. So I
Yeah.
guess to each his own. But I don't know.
The show had a few dummies then because
A lot. But I can't talk, bitch. I'm a dummy.
um, you're not a dummy.
I have been. I think we've all been dumb for
Yeah,
somebody. So I'm like, I
totally.
can't judge. So um,
When you're in the dummy mode, you don't
it's so
realize
hard to
you're
see
the
it. And then
dummy.
when you're out of it, you're like, oh, stupid. But yeah, I don't know. I think some of them woke up and smelled the coffee and got
Yeah.
out of there. But I
But
mean, I think on the show we were saying 10 years. Olivia, it has to be 11 at this
yeah.
point, and it's like they're still going strong. They're not even engaged or anything. It just seems like such a waste of time.
Yeah, I think he's just basically doing whatever she'll allow him to do. You know, he's not
Hmm.
going to leave her because he's getting to do both things. So he's
Hmm.
like, what? Why not? But yeah, I would think after 10 years he would realize, I don't want to marry this girl, so why am I still wasting her time? It's
Yeah.
embarrassing at this point. So,
It's embarrassing. So
hmm
yeah, that's what stuck out to me about the family. And then
yeah.
I don't even really remember what happened with a lot of their like Amberly and Kieran's
Yeah.
family,
No,
and then
I think
what
everyone
happened with
else's
them?
family was pretty like uneventful.
Okay, that's why I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah. I
Because we
think
already talked about Andres and um,
yeah.
what's his partner's name?
Everything's
Like yeah,
going
we talked about their them.
yeah, everything's
Yeah.
going good with them. It is funny with Amberly and is it Kieran? Yeah,
hmm
how much like Instagram and like blocking and unblocking people was like such a big part of their relationship. Like as soon as they got back to the real world, she's like, "Okay, unblock me now," and then she like
No,
had to
that
block.
was Liam. That
Oh,
was Liam and Olivia, where
oh
Liam
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
Olivia
She had to
blocked.
block guys on hers, right?
She
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to block her ex.
yeah.
She had to block her ex, but Olivia had to block. Like, first of all, Liam, why the did you have Olivia blocked when you're the one who cheated? I hate men. I hate them. Like, why did you have her
Right.
blocked? Why did you have her
That's
blocked?
embarrassing. And I think with Connor and Lucia, he had her blocked too. So that's so embarrassing.
Right. When they went to go play golf or they all caught up or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I blocked her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just done with it. Like, and then
Remember when
she's
they
over
left?
there.
Yeah, when they left and she was like, "That's it. Nothing. You have no chance with me." And then he still had to block her. Like that's so embarrassing.
And didn't he say that
Lucia.
she had like reached out to him? Because when
Yes.
she was on the beach, she told Amberly?
I
No, she
think so.
told no, Rebecca, other Rebecca. She told
Oh yeah.
Rebecca that he reached out to her. And then
Hmm.
he told the boys that she reached out to him and he blocked
Yeah.
her.
So maybe he was just lying, but I could see it. I could see her being the reacher outer. So
Oh my God.
I know. I want to know because they weren't on the reunion. I would like to know what's happening with them.
Because I mean, at the final reckoning, it seemed like really tumultuous. Like it seemed
Hmm.
like, and I couldn't understand why he had that smoke for her. Like, why do you have this smoke for her when you're the one who won cheated, and then you're the one who came in here playing games? So like, what? I
Yeah.
don't like Connor. I think he's a douchebag. Like,
Yeah, he is.
why did he have that smoke for her?
Hmm. I know. He seemed very angry. I think he was mad because that what we had just talked about was taken away, right? Like that person that you can kind of treat badly, but still kind of there. Like he didn't want her to like cut him off. So because then
And
he
then
followed her
you got
friend.
yes, okay, we got the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
mind. I
No.
was just about to say that. Like, okay, he followed her friend, and I feel like on the final reckoning they skipped over that because she was saying it, and then he was like, "So what? We're not together." But she's like, "That's my friend. That's
Yeah.
disrespectful," and he just kind of got away with saying, "Oh, you're bringing up Instagram. Look how immature you are." But for him
Yeah.
to
That
call
was
her
weird.
friend fit, like,
Yeah.
and you're being she's right, you that is disrespectful,
Yeah.
and the host like they kind of let him skate on that one. Like the host did at that point call him out for like being rude and like not being that person, but at the end of the day, I don't know what the hell you have this smoke for her for. Like,
Yeah.
you embarrassed this girl on national television. Like, you came here saying you want to get back with her. You were so unserious about getting back with her since the first meeting. You're laughing. You're asking if she's cracking on with anybody. Whole time you said you would crack on with Amberly. Like,
Yeah.
and then all for you to dump me. All for you to dump me. Like, oh
So
wow.
embarrassing.
So
Yeah.
embarrassing. So and then to see her still so emotional about
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, that they're embarrassing. Liam and
Yeah.
Olivia are embarrassing. Like Olivia, I'm just so embarrassed. What did you think of Dan and Rebecca? Because he also broke up with her at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, this whole like cup of tea thing just like really really sealed the deal for them because she was very mad that he didn't make her tea and then he kind of just like glommed onto that as like I'm never going to be that person making you your tea and he just couldn't get over that. Like he wasn't going to like I think he took it as like a criticism obviously of like not being good enough and then
Right.
he was like I'm never going to be good enough for you. So, but yeah, another one where it was like he's not really putting in effort and she still was like upset about it. So,
Yeah. Their dynamic, I don't know, was so weird. Like, she just seemed a little out of his league and just like a little
yeah.
too mature for him. And it's like, you're complaining about making tea. Like,
Yeah.
please stop. Like, or like he's always putting other people first and like always checking on everyone else first and worried about everybody else first. I
Hmm.
did think when he broke up with her, it did seem sincere. Like he really
Yeah.
did
He
seem
did
like
cry.
shaken up about it. And then, but it's all to her point, like, why did you let me go through my list of deal breakers if you were going to break up with me? And
Yeah.
like, why did we even go through our list of deal breakers? Because he broke up with her after they both said their deal breakers, you
Yeah.
know? Um,
Yeah, it kind of seemed like in the moment decision. So maybe he was like not totally sure, but
mhm. I mean, to say I can't be the person you want me to be is fair. Like, okay, if certain person has expectations and you know you cannot meet them, then okay,
yeah.
let the girl go. What confused me is that they seemed like, not okay, but like okay enough at the final reckoning, and then
Yeah.
at the final reckoning, she had smoke for him. Like she
Yeah.
was just like, ugh, I found that in somebody else. Found
Yeah.
somebody make my damn tea. Like,
She's probably just embarrassed about like how he had dumped her on the show, and so she
mhm.
wanted to come back with like a little bit of revenge, and
They're
she
like, and
she
then
got
didn't
that.
he call her active? Like he was like, oh, you're active. Like basically trying to call her any words. Like he was trying to call her a hoochie coochie mama. Like that's
Yeah.
what he was really saying. Like he was like, which one? I know that's right. Which what? Which
He-
man you talking about? I had a few. Okay, so Steph and Andre are next. They are my favorite. Like they're so cute. They
yeah.
are the poster child for this show and what it's supposed to be about. I believe that he's obsessed with her. She's obsessed with him. I believe that
Hmm.
he will never cheat on her again. He knows that he made the worst mistake of his life. They were
Yeah.
broken up for quite a while,
Hmm.
and got back together. And I think that's what the show's supposed to be. So they
Yeah.
were by far my favorite couple of the show, and I
Yeah.
think they're so cute. I thought he was gonna propose, or I
Yeah.
was hoping he would have proposed at the final reckoning. So, but he
What
didn't.
what did you think about his little final speech thing though, where he was kind of like, "You can have my phone password, but it's a privilege," and he was a little sassy and
I mean, I thought he was trying to like say some shit with his chest, and it was like,
yeah,
pipe down, bitch, because you still fucking cheated.
you're the cheater, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she seemed receptive to it. I like that
Hmm.
he said that because I do think that a lot of men are so quick to like want the trust and their privacy back, but like you don't understand what an invasion of privacy cheating is, like just so deceitful. So for
Yeah.
a while it is going to be hard to give that person that privacy because you had your privacy and you was being trifling, so now you have to deal with the repercussions of like not having that privacy. So
Yeah.
when he said in his speech like I want my privacy, but you can have the passwords but just don't like overdo it. I mean, I thought it was fair, but it was also like, okay,
Yeah.
calm down because I'm in the driver's seat here.
Yeah.
So if I say that I need this amount of time before I can trust you again, and I'm gonna be checking that phone, like, then, but I also think that if you're at that point, then you just gotta
Yeah.
let it go, like, because if you, like, to Kieran and Amberly's point, like, if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. And I think if she would have took that stance, there's really no chance for them. But I mean,
Hmm.
I think they're super cute.
Yeah. I think that speech worked for them because they're on the same page and like are
Yeah.
so in love. But yeah, I was like, oh, not too much because
Yeah.
he was like,
Slow down.
like it's not a privilege that she has your password. It's a punishment for
It's
you.
a
So
necessity because your ass was trifling.
yeah, he was getting a little spicy, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was probably just not worried, but making sure that it wasn't gonna be like a total privacy like free for all of like, she has a big leash on him now because then they're not gonna be happy. So
Right.
it made it seem like he was really making sure that going forward they were gonna have a good relationship, not like
Yeah.
an untrustworthy one. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it will take him some time to get that back. So, but yeah, they moved in together, and
The promise ring kind of like threw me
oh
off.
my,
Like, propose.
that was
How old are
embarrassing.
you? How old are we? A promise ring. It like, oh,
She
he's
had it
gonna
on the
propose.
finger, and they had the
Yeah.
photo, and then I was like, oh my gosh, they're engaged, and then it's like promise ring. And I'm like, no, who does
No, who
that?
does that? Like you do that when you're like in middle school or high school. Like, yeah, get my girlfriend a
It's
promise ring.
like, let's just go from no ring to engagement ring. We don't need
Don't you
that
ever
step.
get me a promise ring. A promise ring is not a step in these
No.
stones. Like, no, hello, hell no. Yeah, that was a little embarrassing, but
Yeah.
I think they're gonna make it. They're the only couple that I think is gonna make it. I think Liam and Olivia will eventually break up, and I think
Yeah.
Amberly and Kieran will also eventually break
Yeah,
up.
definitely. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the way that everything went down with them, like you said, it was exactly what the show was for. It was like she caught him cheating, she left immediately, and then I think they had time to work through it separately before
Mm-hmm.
like trying to get back together. And
Yeah.
and they realized that they want to be together. So,
Yeah.
whereas some
Yeah.
of these people don't even like each other. So I'm like, why are they
Seriously.
here?
Seriously, watching Tegan and her dude on the
Mhm.
Final Reckoning, like they hated each other. Connor hated Lucia.
Mhm.
Like, who else did we have? We had Tegan, I mean, not Tegan, Amberly and Kieran, which
Yeah.
I honestly was surprised they made it to end. That's one couple that I was like, they're so toxic, like they're not gonna
Yeah.
make it. Like, so I was surprised that they made it to the end.
Mhm. Yeah, I
What do you
wonder
think
where.
about the whole following girls on Instagram?
I mean, his reasoning was funny, where he was like, "I'm new to Instagram," so it's like, okay, like he's playing catch up on. So yeah, it was weird. Cause yeah, if I, like I said, I'm out of the loop on this stuff because I was in a relationship and then Instagram came. So I don't know what it's like to just start dating someone now and then have this Instagram issue. Because if they're new people, you see them follow new people. You're like, they must have
Yeah,
just
I
met these
think he
people.
was saying that he knew these people. Like he
Hmm.
was saying that he knew people that knew the girls. To
Yeah.
his, he had a valid point of like, okay, he at least he unfollowed the girls that she felt uncomfortable with,
Hmm.
and then to his point, he was like, well, she follows guys too, so she should unfollow the guys if she wants me to
Yeah.
unfollow girls, which I don't think is unfair. To her point, she's had Instagram for a lot longer. But I
Hmm.
do think it's a red flag when your boyfriend follows a bunch of girls on
Yeah.
Instagram, a bunch of I literally did not go on a date with a guy because I checked his following list and it was like before the date because I
Hmm.
noticed he followed like 5,000 people and only had like 800 followers and I was like,
Oh no.
red flag. And then I actually went through his followers not to snoop but to have something to talk about on the date because we
Yeah.
had a few mutuals. So I was like, oh, let me see, if the conversation gets stale or dry, I have something to bring up.
Hmm.
Girl, when I tell you he followed all kind of like booty pages, like
Oh
weird
no.
fetishy pages, I was like, oh my God, I cannot be seen in public with this man. He might have a camera under the table trying to look at my skirt. So I didn't go. So I do that is a thing, like that's an ick. Like that's an
Yeah.
ick for a
Do
lot of
they
women
not
to like
realize you can see that? Like, do they
yeah,
not
like to have
understand?
or to just to have your boyfriend following a bunch of hot girls. Like it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's public, everyone
Yeah.
can see it. So I get that. And especially because you're a cheater. So I get it.
Yeah.
But
I think sometimes men underestimate how much we are stalking and knowing and looking at. Like, they think that that goes undetected. Like, I'm going to follow these 5,000 booty pages and no one's going to know. Who's going to know? And it's
who's
like,
gonna
we're all
know?
going to know. Like,
Yeah.
everyone, like you said, that's the first thing you check when you're going to hang out with someone. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he needs a
Yeah. So
Finsta for that.
he needs a Finsta. Oh my God. And that was the one thing that I was like, why does this guy, like, why is he following these pages? Like, if you want to just like search them up and take a little
Yeah.
look, see, like,
Yeah.
no, you probably have your notifications set. Like,
Yeah.
this is public. Everybody can see this. Like, this is embarrassing. Do you not know that everybody can see this is embarrassing? So, but to his point, double standard. Like, if you're
Uh-huh.
going to follow guys, then
There's,
he can follow. Like I think he just shouldn't have Instagram because it's gonna get him in
yeah.
trouble.
There's,
And I don't
there's,
see them lasting long term.
there's this funny SNL skit where it's like all these couples at dinner and they're like, this fun game we play is everyone has to show their like explore page on Instagram. And the men are like, I'm just gonna burn my phones.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
yeah, yeah.
The
I'm
girls are
sure.
like, cats and recipes.
That's literally my explore page, like fashion and dogs and makeup and Zara hauls. Like,
And the man is booty.
sometimes sometimes like some like fitness booties on my page
Yeah.
because I watch a lot of like fitness videos. But yeah,
Do you ever laugh at someone who post, like I've seen a couple times where somebody that maybe isn't quite in the know about this stuff will post like a funny ad or something and they're like, why are they showing this to me? And you're like, because that's what you're into. Like the algorithm is so smart.
You can't lie, can't hide from the algorithm.
And they're totally out themselves with this like ad for like some latex like bodysuit or something, and you're like, that's what you like. Don't act shocked if it's in your algorithm.
Don't act shocked now because you just added that to your cart.
Exactly. It knows what you're looking at. It knows what you. Yeah, it knows what you're browsing.
That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, who do we have next?
What are we talking about?
Latex bodysuits. I have to care.
Okay, that's the wildest thing I could think of. I need to spice up.
Actually, really funny.
I need to spice up my page, I think.
What?
Okay.
Okay, so we
the
did
craziest. Should we get
the craziest of the
yes.
So did we do everybody else?
I think so. I know there was so many, but we lost a few along the way. So yeah, I think that was all the medium spicy. So now the big storyline of the show, the Jazz, Rebecca G, Biggs, Craig of it all. Mess. What a mess.
Yes, what a mess. First off.
Wait, I feel like, because remember last time, the end of episode 5, Jazz didn't seem to know what the heck was happening, but now she does. She got into it on episode 6. She was like, what is going on with these two? So she did figure it out. So we hadn't got that far. Well, slightly.
I'm like, she didn't really figure it out. Like, Craig was blowing smoke up her ass, and she went into that reckoning. Like, again, embarrassing. Like, Craig, you went on TV just to embarrass this girl to be like, oh, Rebecca, she's getting too clingy. Oh, she's just won't leave me alone. Oh, she's like a fly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, acting like she's pestering you. And she goes into that reckoning room like, I'm so proud of him. That's progress.
That was so funny.
Like, only for, like, the whole time you were flirting with her back and, like,
yeah.
And I don't know why Rebecca in that reckoning, I guess she was trying to keep it cute. Like, she really let him slide because she could have said so much just in that reckoning to be like, she just kept it out. We were flirting. And that enraged Jazz. You know what I mean? But she could have said all the things that Craig was telling her that really could have hit the fan. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it seemed like
that was so embarrassing.
Yeah,
and embarrassing for Biggs too, because he was so like.
Yeah, he had no idea. And on the reunion, he even said like, I was pulling for Craig the most, and apparently like everybody in the house was like, I wish I had a Craig. Like that's how much he was fooling everyone. Yeah, they thought he was obsessed with Jazz, trying to get back with her, and on the download, he was just all about Rebecca. So it was shocking to them.
No, Craig was all about himself. He wasn't all about no Rebecca. He was all about himself. He's the worst kind of. I wish I had an Andre. If I had to pick a man in that house that's like that was obsessed with his girlfriend and like serious about getting her back, it was Andre. Yeah. But Craig he's diabolical. He's out here ruining somebody's life right now. He's out here living a double life right now. But he's nasty work. Craig he's a psycho. He's a certified psycho. Like I don't want to jump ahead to the final reckoning because we're on the first final reckoning. But like that was crazy how they all found out. Biggs was so blindsided. I did feel like Rebecca was really nasty to Biggs for no reason. Like I do think that he cheated on her and she was upset about him cheating on her. And she did something to hurt him. Obviously, we've seen on the reunion that it was retaliatory. She admitted that she only did it to hurt him or to get back at him. But for her to have such a nasty attitude towards him as if he didn't have a reason to feel blindsided or a reason to feel, upset about her actions was kind of wild because it's like to his point, he was like, well, I'm sitting here trying, and I'm trying to think that we can get back together, and that I just have to kind of break down your barriers and your walls. But if I would have known you were into Craig, I would have just let it be.
Yeah.
You know? Do you think that
Yeah.
Big still? Do you think he's still in love with Rebecca?
I don't know. Like on the final reunion, they did have a good like friendship going, and even Paul, the host, was like, I see such a love between you guys, and you should somehow make a way to be friends." Which I don't know if they have new partners. I don't think that would be a good idea, but
Yeah, because I do know Biggs does have a new girlfriend.
yeah, yeah, we
And
saw
he
her
said
TikTok.
on that reunion that he still has feelings for Rebecca. Like he
Yeah.
was like, I came in here really upset, and now basically now that I've seen her, they're all gone. Like all my feelings of anger. I do feel like on the reunion, Rebecca was still very cold with Biggs. Like she was
Mm,
trying. She was warmer, but she was still very cold, like trying to be very cold to him, to where
mm,
he was a like he you could tell he's just so happy and giddy to be around
yeah.
her,
Mm,
which is cute and sad at the same time. Because if I was his new girlfriend and I would have watched that interview, when he came home, I'd have smacked him in the head like, "What the fuck was you so happy for?" Just all up in her face, like, you know what I mean? So,
well, I don't know if they said this on the show, but we saw online that he had a baby mama that he left right before she gave birth. Not, I don't know, like why they broke up. It might have not had not been his fault or anything, but I think there's a lot of I don't know if he's as innocent as he is coming across. Just because Rebecca was the bad one, on the show, but I think he's obviously cheated on Rebecca and
and he
left a baby
accused,
mama and
and he said something on the reunion about he agreed to come to the show because he had heard that Rebecca cheated on him,
yeah.
and that
Did
he was
you
trying to see if she was going to admit to that.
It seemed like I almost felt like it seemed like they had an agreement. Like, let's go on the show, admit we cheated on each other just to get on the show. Like, it seemed like he was blindsided that Rebecca didn't also admit something. So I don't know if he
Mm.
heard it or they
Yeah, he
agreed
was
it.
really trying to get it out of her. He's like, "You at least
Yeah.
kissed him. You at least," and she wouldn't
No.
fess up to it. And I think it would have been hypocritical of her to say she cheated on Big. I think there, even if she did cheat on Big, there's no way she's going to say it, because
Hmm.
the reason she had so much smoke for him was because he's a cheat. Like, oh, I can't even look at you. You're a cheater. So if it would have came
Yeah.
out that she was a cheater too, it would have
Yeah.
just kind of, her actions with Craig would have been a
Yeah.
little like, you could, I don't know, you could tell she doesn't think she did anything wrong in the Craig situation.
Hmm.
Technically she was single, but it was wrong. I just don't
Yeah.
understand what the, like, why you would want to go for Craig when he's also a cheater.
Yeah. I know. That's why,
Like,
that's where I was like, she's really thinking it's like Love Island here, right? Like, it felt like partner swapping or like you find someone else you like. So like yeah, they were there to focus on their ex and it seemed like she just did not even try that at all.
okay, so then I have to ask you, so obviously we seen in the pre-final reckoning, we see Biggs break up, or Rebecca say that there's no unfinished business and that she leaves, then Biggs leaves, and then
Hmm.
Jazz and Craig stay to have a conversation, and then they have a conversation.
Yeah.
And she basically confirms with everybody in the house that they were still, that he was flirting,
Yeah.
and she just can't get past it. She breaks up with him, and he tells her, "You're gonna regret this.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna regret this. Like,
I know.
you're missing out. Like, you're never gonna find anybody that loves you like I do." What did you think about that whole
I
thing?
think like the girls keep saying he thinks it's a game, right? Like he just wants them to be into him and he was enjoying I think having Jazz and Rebecca on the hook at the same time. And all of a sudden he lost both of them and I think that was hard for him cuz
Mm.
yeah, I don't get it. He clearly was into Rebecca or like seemed like he was into her and then he was still trying with Jazz. So it's like what did you think was going to happen? You can't have them both. So the
Yeah, I
double
just,
life. He likes the
the
double life.
double life, he
Hmm.
likes it. He likes the thrill. And then it's like, and then he went on a date with Rebecca, which even on that date, like, Rebecca was being
Hmm.
hella thirsty. Like, "Oh, can I sit on your lap?" Or, "Oh, it didn't get appropriate
Hmm.
yet." And then obviously at the final reckoning, we found out that they slept together
Yeah.
on the first date. Like, I don't know. To me, it always gave that Rebecca just wanted to smash.
Yeah.
So it didn't surprise me that they smashed and didn't really hang out again afterwards. But
Hmm.
that final reckoning was crazy. The way
Yeah.
that Craig was sitting there lying about
Yeah.
giving Jazz a key, about what else did he lie about? About saying that he
Yeah.
wanted to be with her. About it, he straight up lied to Rebecca's face. Like we hear, I hate men. We hear, oh God, they're just so diabolical. We literally hear Jazz telling Olivia, like, yeah, we hung out a few times, like after the show, and then
Yeah.
he's like tells Rebecca, no, I seen her for 30 seconds, like we talked 30 seconds tops, and then at the final record, she's like, we had sex, like.
Yeah. And like on the reunion thing, they talked about how he showed Rebecca his messages with Jazz that he didn't reply. But then Jazz said she would text him and he would just call. And so he had those receipts of like, I'm not replying to her, but he was like calling her, which is diabolical, like you
Which
said.
means he was planning all along. Like you're
Yeah.
planning your lie. Like, oh, then I could say that I didn't
Yeah.
respond to her.
He
That
was
she's just reaching
pre-planning
out to.
receipts, which is crazy. Like he was, yeah, trying to. But remember how last time we talked about people were saying Craig had slept with someone else from the show, and people thought it was Tegan for some reason, and we didn't really know where that came from. So we were gonna get to the bottom of it. But when I actually watched this reunion, it seemed obvious to me. It was Dan, right, that said it.
Dan, messy ass Dan.
Yeah, we
Danny's
love a messy
he
man.
was the only one that was like, when Paul was like, did anyone see Rebecca and Craig flirting? He's like,
I love it. But
he was messy with something else too at the final reckoning, but I don't remember what it was. But go ahead. With what
yeah,
were you referencing?
well, he was just like, I heard like people are hooking up, and like Craig is hooking up with someone. To me, it was very obvious he meant Craig and Rebecca, and the only reason people didn't think Rebecca, because Rebecca said no, it wasn't me. But she's just embarrassed because here's Jazz saying, I don't speak to him. He sent me all this birthday stuff. I don't reply. She's definitely been hooking up and talking to him, and she just doesn't want anyone to know. That's what I gathered from it. Because when she called Dan and was like, so who is it? And Dan's like, oh, I was just trying to stir the pot and like let me get out of this phone call. So
Yeah.
he knew Craig and Rebecca were hooking up. So I don't know if it now or like, because the show was 8 or 10 months ago. So I think he meant since then. Maybe not now, but I don't think he meant another person. I think he meant
But maybe
Rebecca.
we gotta ask.
Yeah, we'll
We
see.
got to ask.
That's just my theory. So we'll see what.
Yeah, oh my God, Craig is a
Yeah.
he needs to be in an institution.
Yeah.
Like you must be tamed.
I mean, hearing Jazz say that he literally was living with his baby mama and just having a full relationship with her, like that's crazy. In the same town.
I know
Like,
somebody that has a baby mama and a full on. I was dating somebody that had a full on baby mama, like
what?
like lived with her and everything. Yeah, like it's so crazy.
And what he just said, I can't bring you home because.
He used to say, so first of all, he had a secret apartment, a second apartment. So that's diabolical work.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be like, oh, my baby mama has a key to the house for the kids. She can come by whenever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want, her to pop up while we're there.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first thing. And then it was like, then he had a secret apartment. And then yeah. And
Did you tell the baby mama?
girl, I tried to reach this, like she's not on socials. So there was no way to reach her. Like, girl, when I tell you,
Mail a letter.
I tried my hardest to find this lady. I had one girl who had who had her number, but it just so happened to be an old number. I sent her a message on Messenger. It's probably still sitting in her Facebook Messenger.
Well, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, she never found out because
that's so crazy.
I just couldn't get in contact with her. But yeah, it ended up coming out that, and that's the craziest thing is like, you would never know. Like, I would FaceTime him at like early in the morning, late at night. He would answer in the bed by himself. Like, so I had no reason to think. So it's possible it does happen. But
yeah.
Craig he's crazy. I'm sure he's out there living a double life right now. Like, but to be in someone's face and tell them that they're lying, like you could tell, like she was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're going to sit here and to Jazz's point, like in that final reckoning, all he cared about at that point was that, okay, I'm not going to get Jazz back. So now my focus is on Rebecca. So now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I should have told Rebecca. I should
Yeah.
have told Rebecca I hung out with Jazz. I'm so sorry. Like, if I could do anything, and she said it like, oh, this fits his narrative of getting back with her. So now he's going with that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
hopefully we have an interview coming up after this with, should we say who?
Yeah, of course.
We'll hopefully have an interview with Jazz, and we will get all the answers to these
Yeah,
questions
we'll
and
get
more.
all the
So
answer to the T about what happened with her and Greg
yes,
and
we want to
and
know.
and the Rebecca of it all.
Yeah, I want to know, what does she think? Is it Tegan? Was it Rebecca? And I bet like there's even more tea that's come out since they filmed that little reunion a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah.
stay tuned after this, and we will get all the tea from Jazz.
Yes. To watch
You,
our interview with Jazz coming up
yes. Okay,
next.
thanks,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
Bye.